Hello boys and girls, welcome to another weekly outlook video as we go into the second quarter of April, right? Cool. Let's just jump straight into it. So as I typically do, I will start off with the dollar index. I'll try and make this video as short as possible. I guess you'll see from the actual length of the video if I did succeed on doing that or not. But yeah, on the dollar index, based off of a continuation of my previous video, you know and remember that I'm bearish. If you haven't already checked out that video, I'm going to link it in the description, or I'll put it somewhere in this video so it's easier for you guys. But you could also just go to the channel, click on videos, and you'll see all the videos that I have posted there. So anyway, I am paying attention to two specific PD arrays. I'm bearish on the dollar, as we know, until the 99 level. For now, I have two PD arrays that I'm paying attention to here on the daily chart. The first one is this volume imbalance. For those that remember, a volume imbalance is a space or a gap where we don't have the bodies of a candle within it, even though we do have wicks. We have a bottom wick there and a top wick there in between this gap, but we don't have the bodies of a candle laying over it. So we have that first PD array. Then the second one is a fair value gap, the space between the first candle's low. You skip a candle, which is this bearish one, and then we move on to the third candle's high. So this on its own is a fair value gap. It's a strange looking one, I know, but it is, technically speaking. But if we wanna cover everything, then we could start from this very first candle here, skip this one, and move all the way here. We have this entire region as our possible area for price to reject from and push down to the levels that we are targeting. I know this might not make too much sense to you guys, but hopefully as I go through this it'll make more sense. Let's go down to a 1 hour chart. I think that'll be a lot more clearer. We can clearly see the volume imbalance / liquidity void residing right there, this gap that we have right there. That's the area that aligns with our sensitive zone to look for sells, right? For me, I'm not gonna try and catch a top, to be honest. I don't care if price pushes up and then breaks lower, but I'm more attentive to this new leg to the downside, right? So firstly, price could go for this specific swing high right there on the hourly inside of this volume imbalance, right? Takes liquidity, displaces lower, and now I want to see bullish PD arrays, like for example this down close candle. I want to see them getting disrespected. I want to see price break through them and close below them. Second thing I want to see is new bearish PD arrays like a fair value gap being formed as well. Keep in mind this is an hourly time frame because we started off with a daily, using daily PD arrays, right? So I could look for entries from areas like these. Let's stop loss at the high there and targeting the 99 level below. I could also see myself taking trades like this when we break below, and then maybe this becomes a breaker or something. I could see myself taking an entry from there, the same sort of stop loss situation, and targeting the same 99 level below for a 2-hour position. I will not be too aggressive on the chart. I won't really look for much because again we have Monday, Tuesday, and I believe Wednesday as well. I'm not too sure. I don't know when we have the speech in the week, if it's on Wednesday or Tuesday evening. So something to keep in mind, that we don't have many red folder news events this week. Of course, we have CPI. I believe we have CPI at some point in the week, but nothing too crazy. So this is my bias, my view, insight on dollar, and of course I'm looking for the opposite on the foreign currencies. So first thing is first, GBP USD disrespected this gap, but keep in mind that we still have these three down below price. We could just have done a double purge situation here. We swept the highs, tapping into this gap, rejecting aggressively, and now we are sweeping the lows. If you are following double purge, you know very well that the next thing that we need to do is return to the highs one more time. So yeah, price could use this fair value gap, or we could go down to a discounted area, which is this fair value gap. I don't believe we'll go down all the way to this third one, because at the same time, while we are seeing price reject from one of these areas, right, I would like to see euro not sweep those lows, because that's the first SMT we have, right? Right now we have an SMT where euro tapped into the gap while GU didn't. So now that GU wants to tap into it, I don't want to see the lows on EU to be broken. So keep these two down close candles here in mind. They create a swing low right there. I do not want to see this swing low broken. In other words, the swing low there becomes my invalidation point. If I was a swing trader, which I am part-time, I could see myself easily waiting for markets to open, take the trade wherever it is, and then target that high. Actually, I think I used the wrong tool. Something like this. Stop loss at these two down close candles, and TP at the buy side liquidity. Almost a 2-hour position. I could stretch it out for a 2-hour position as we clear the buy side liquidity all the way up there at 1.14 level. So yeah, this is my insight, this is my view, my expectations, and I believe CPI this week will propel us to those highs on EU and GU. Moving to the indices, we have been heavily bearish the past few days and weeks, and I believe this is just purely to bring sentiment to a bearish stance. Soon enough, I believe that we're going to return to the all-time highs again, and I don't know what people are going to think at that stage, but I am strongly still on the bullish side of things. We could watch on the monthly chart, we could watch these three down close candles right here, pull them out in time, watch for a possible reaction from here. I will not blindly start buying Nasdaq or ES or any of the instruments, but I'm going to watch for a possible rejection, then look for lower time frame confirmations to take this thing back to the all-time highs. That's just what I would like to do. How easy is the market going to give us that? I'm not really sure. Might not be easy, might not give it to us at all, but I'm watching for a rejection somewhere within this purple zone. This is a massive zone, especially considering that it's on a monthly time frame, but it's an area where we can watch for rejections. Yeah, we haven't returned to any of these areas, which could have been a lower time frame breaker or a higher time frame order block. On the daily chart, same thing. So let's watch and see if we'll get a rejection within this purple area. Then we could look for daily confirmations and daily structure. So something like this: break, retest, continue, break, and continue higher. Something like that. But we'll see in the next coming weeks. That's me basically saying for now, I don't really have anything clear. Most of my sell side objectives has already been reached. When we look at Friday's price action alone, we can see how we just literally melted off. So yeah, price just keeps on melting and melting and melting without really giving much of a bullish sign. So on my first sign of buying the US indices futures, I'm going to take it. I'm not really going to wait or hesitate for anything else. But for now, that's all I have. Stay safe, guys. Happy new month again. Good luck and good trading.